Nana Jane's ascension to the high office is not merely a personal triumph. It symbolizes our collective commitment to fostering a nation where gender equality and female representation are cherished and amplified.
Ghana's President John Dramani Mahama has made a commitment to ensuring inclusivity in his government. So far, in his ministerial nominations, the President has listed 42 ministers designate, including 16 regional ministers to various portfolios subject to parliamentary vetting. Out of the list, only 7 are women, with 4 ministers and 3 regional ministers. This represents 16.7% representation, lower than the stipulated 30% targeted by the Affirmative Action Gender Equity Act 2024, Act 1121.
The law was passed for a purpose. It was passed because it was realized that we don't have that many women in leadership, even though women are the majority in our population. So the idea of this law is to put a structure in place to ensure that we have more and more women represented at the highest decision-making level. That is where the table is, where they take the decisions which affect all of us. So with this dwindling to 16.7, we are getting very disappointed. We are hoping that His Excellency the President would intentionally and consciously look at the numbers again, look at the number of competent women that they have within their party, and nominate more for the highest leadership position.
Section 14 of the law stipulates that the government should ensure progressive gender balance in public offices by appointing 30% each to ministerial positions, the Council of State, independent constitutional bodies, governing bodies of state institutions, the public service, district assemblies, and any other office to which the President makes an appointment. Some Ghanaians who shared their thoughts with ChannelOne News noted the importance of adhering to the dictates of the law.
Women being elected as ministers is going to make, appointed as ministers is going to bring much improvement in the country. So in my opinion, I think women are going to make a big progress in the country if they are being appointed as ministers.
That the government should do better in his appointment, because he said it, and he didn't do what he told us he would do.
Me my dream coming kwanka only mbrano so na onfa mba no dodo, because mba no omo abadaye nti so ofa mba no dodo a ebeboa emedwumade na akoso.
There is, however, a glimmer of hope in the appointments to the office of the President, as out of 15 appointments made so far, 7 are women, representing 46%. To this, women's rights groups are hailing the government. However, with a push for a 30% representation across all levels of decision-making, advocates are acknowledging the progress but have some questions. For the Network for Women's Rights in Ghana, NetRights, and Amnesty International, it is pertinent that the President fulfills his pledge of ensuring inclusivity in his government by making the required appointment of women in key decision-making positions.
We are calling on the President and we are saying, the women do not want piecemeal. We know what stuff we are made of. We know the expertise we are bringing to the table. And so give us the opportunity to be able to, exhibit that expertise.
I must say, we are still hopeful because deputy ministers will be appointed later. Although that doesn't, we wanted, cabinet and main ministerial positions.
The conversation had a voice on the floor of Parliament when the Minority Leader Alexander Peñomakin questioned the government's commitment to the Affirmative Action Law.
We have passed the Affirmative Action Law, and of all these hard-working women, only a few of them have so far been given substantive ministerial appointments. Is it the case that they are matching them for deputy ministerial appointments? That is not right. Our women cannot be second-class appointees.
Now, with just about 18 more nominations for President John Dramani Mahama to hit his 60 ministers promise, many are anticipating more women to fill these portfolios to enable the country inch closer to the 30%, which is stipulated in the Affirmative Action Gender Equity Act 2024 Act 112, at least by 2026. Reporting for Channel One News, I am Adwoa Domena.